Have you ever wondered about the differences between interfaces and classes in Java? With the introduction of private methods in interfaces in Java 9, this question has become even more relevant. Today, we are diving into this topic to clarify the distinctions and explore the implications. I totally get it. The evolution of Java can be confusing, especially with new features being added. You're not alone in feeling a bit overwhelmed by these changes. Many developers are asking similar questions. Let's look at the specific question at hand. One user asked, what are the remaining differences between interfaces and classes now that Java 9 allows private methods in interfaces? They also wondered if Java is gradually moving towards multiple inheritance. If this sounds like you, stick around as we break it down. So what are the key differences? While interfaces can now have private methods, they still differ from classes in several ways. For instance, interfaces cannot have instance variables, and they are meant to define a contract for classes to implement. Let's explore these differences in detail. And don't go anywhere. At the end of this video, I will share some insights on how these changes might affect your coding practices moving forward. To understand the differences between interfaces and classes in Java 9, the user should first note that interfaces can now include private methods. This allows for better encapsulation within the interface itself. Next, the user should remember that interfaces are meant to define a contract for classes, while classes can provide both implementation and state. This fundamental difference remains unchanged. Additionally, the user should be aware that classes can have constructors, while interfaces cannot. This means that classes can manage their own instantiation, which interfaces cannot do. Now, regarding multiple inheritance, the user should note that Java has always avoided it through classes. However, with interfaces allowing default methods, Java is gradually embracing a form of multiple inheritance. In summary, while Java 9 introduces new features for interfaces, the core differences with classes remain significant. The user should consider these aspects when designing their applications. Fun fact: did you know that Java was originally designed to be a programming language for interactive television? It has come a long way since then, evolving into one of the most popular languages for web and application development. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user highlights that Java 9 interfaces can now include private static methods, which help create modular methods. They emphasize that each function should focus on a single responsibility, avoiding lengthy default methods. They clarify that this change does not relate to multiple inheritance. The more private static methods you use, the cleaner and more reusable your code will be. That's it for that answer. Let's take a look at another one. This user provides a detailed comparison between abstract classes and interfaces in Java. They highlight that abstract classes can have instance variables, constructors, and can maintain the state of an object, while interfaces cannot. They also note that interfaces can refer to lambda expressions, unlike abstract classes. The user concludes that default and static methods in interfaces are primarily for convenience, allowing implementation classes to avoid redundant method implementations. Therefore, they assert that interfaces cannot be equated to abstract classes. Here's a takeaway: embrace the changes in Java 9. Understanding the nuances between interfaces and classes will not only make you a better developer, but also prepare you for future updates. And there you have it. You now have a clearer understanding of the differences between interfaces and classes in Java 9. Keep exploring and coding, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights and tips.